Thank you for listening to IOU's Clip of the Week, where we find a topic to discuss and have a conversation about. This week we discuss Joe Budden and his chemistry with his podcast. Hope you enjoy.
I just think the whole situation was not necessary to be blown into our faces. Like,
right.
That could have been something that was like prevented behind doors.
And I agree with that. And I didn't like the way 1079, not to disown them or anything, but the way they presented it to the people, because the way I listened to it on the radio, this was on Friday, it was completely misrepresented, and I believe none of them truly listened to the podcast, because had they listened to Joe Budden, they wouldn't have said what they said, because they were taking Rory and Maul's side, and rightfully so. You can do what you want, it's your opinion, but they were like, oh yeah, they bossed up and asked to see the contracts and the papers like they should, and everybody was like, yeah, well, they helped it build it to the status that it was. They deserve a bigger cut and right and blah blah blah. Joe Budden even admitted he overpaid them, and that's why things are kind of like at a stall with the lawyer work and the accountant work, because they see like they were trying to complain like they weren't making enough. He was keeping more money. He ain't doing this, that, and the next. But comes to find out, their lawyers find out you're making more than what you're supposed to be making. So what the hell are you really complaining about? He sent them the last 5 years of accounting paperwork. So if he's doing all this, not hiding, and this is where I give Joe Budden credit. If any player from the NBA right now quit the league and was like, I want my video rights to every replay I had, every highlight, so I'm going to go create a YouTube channel so that way I can create some content and get some money from it. You know what the NBA would say to that player? No. Joe Budden literally told Rory and Maul, I will give you all the video rights, all the audio work for you to go off and make your own YouTube channel, and you can literally make your own page. That is a passive aggressive income. That's an extra $2,000 to $5,000. I'm not trying to count their pockets, but ain't no other company gonna give you licensing rights to its videos for you to make an extra income. So it's not like he's not put you in position to win, and I agree with him. They're lazy. He's admitted they don't really do like pre-production work like we do. Like they get it, they don't do it, and they show up and just wing it. So as a boss, he's within his rights to feel how he feel.
Now, didn't he fire them on air?
On air, mid fucking show.
Well, he fired Rory towards the end. He fired Maul because he realized his friend took some other new dude's position like on his side, but they share the same lawyer, so understandably so. But he was just pissed off at them both. It was really mainly towards Rory.
Now, were they still like recording the podcast? Did they like leave? Or
no, he was by himself. They didn't show up.
They didn't show up that day.
Oh, okay, got you.
And didn't tell him.
Like I said, I just think that it could have been prevented.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, 107 promoting it with the soundbite of just him going off. I mean, you don't get the full aspect of what he was going through and why he acted like that. And I agree with you. He is kind of like unstable.
He is unstable. I do agree with that, but he's within his rights.
Right. I mean, when you're right, you can't tell somebody that they're wrong.
Right. And I feel like 1079 at the time was just taking the workers' side and opinion, like, oh yeah, if I help build the company up, I deserve equity within the company. That's not real life.
Right.
That's not business. Your name is not on the LLC. You don't pay the insurance. You don't pay for all the employees. You don't pay for the flights. You don't pay for the studio time. You're not, like he said, he went and got those deals. They never went and got a Spotify deal. They never went and got an Apple deal. They didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. And I do agree. If one of us here went out, most of legwork, right? Like if Jacob went out and got the Spotify deal and he wanted a bigger cut because he put in the time, legwork to get that
then
cut,
you get that.
I wouldn't be mad. Yeah. Like he said, if you bring the deal to the table, you eat different. They didn't bring nothing to the table.
So you're going to eat regular like everybody else. What I give you is what you eat off of. He's basically just told him, like, I'm giving you video license. I'm giving you everything you need to create your own, and you go do it yourself. If you don't do it, then it's on you.
And they work 2 days a week, and they're millionaires.
And that's crazy because, like, that ties into something else.
2 days a week.
Thank you. They work Tuesdays and Fridays, and you're a millionaire. You get 3 days off in between. Well, between Tuesday and Friday, you get 2 days, but you get 2 days off, 3 days off. Yeah. What are you complaining about?
Right.
Well, you're overpaid.
Now, wait, was Joe Budden disrespecting them though, like on air and stuff? Like, was that
to me? He was laying out the facts. He didn't call them out of their name. Okay. He said
he didn't call him no bitch or nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
I'm gonna say I've never listened to it, so I don't know.
No, but I wouldn't say he was being disrespectful. He was just being very direct.
But if you know like how he talks and like how he operates,
he's a very aggressive person.
How he relays messages is kind of aggressive, but like it's to the point. Like he doesn't sugarcoat anything. Like this is what it is.
And he points out his own flaws and how he feels. And he even said it. When I feel like I'm being effed over by my friends or attacked, he said I get a little wild because it's like back the hell off of me. And then he And I agree with him. You should psychoanalyze your friends. He's like, I'm psychoanalyzing y'all all the time. And I feel like you should, because if you're not taking a temperature check of the room or your friends and stuff, and you're just blindly going off friend shit, and you get, a knife in your back or something sporadically happens and you act fake shock, is because you're not really paying attention to your boy.
I psychoanalyze this group all the time.
I mean, I think we all do.
I do. It's out of habit.
No, I mean, we're naturally supposed to be like that, though. So
right. I just think they mixed in a little bit too much friendship with a little bit of too much business.
Man, you can't do that.
They didn't draw the line in the sand before they started type shit.
Yes and no.
It's like we started this, because hold up, we never established this is what you're going to do, this is what you're responsible for, this is what you're responsible for.
And you need that.
You never had that structure.
We even had that to relate to us. We had that issue early on with like trying to find role and placement, and we're just like, okay, we're still building this up together. So once you figure it out, like I said, he said, if you go catch a deal and we're on Spotify, you get a bigger cut of whatever comes that way. Because you're doing the legwork.
We on Spotify, we on Apple, we on iHeartRadio.
Oh, we're on iHeart now.
Yeah, we on I did that. I got that.
It's really going up.
And guess what? And if we got a deal, you deserve the biggest cut because you put in the work for that. Yeah. But it also go back to what I said one time on the podcast. You can't be doing homeboy business neither. Get your lawyers early if you see numbers going up and stuff like that, and make sure you're always getting what you're worth if you're that worried about it. Because, I mean, I'm always able to set aside my friend cap for a business cap. If you can't diverge the two, then you need to step out.
I think their whole problem, though, with them is, like, they didn't know how to communicate. Because, like you seen, like Joe said, man, when my friends start acting a little funny, I start getting a wild and be like, not everybody can handle your main boy wilding the fuck out. You know what I mean? Not everybody's trying to be involved with it or even trying to deal with you like that. So sometimes it's hard for you to even communicate with him.
And it's Joe Budden. He's a celebrity. Like,
right.
It's not like us.
It's
a different stage.
And what I appreciated is he didn't flip out on one of his workers when because when he was like during that deleted episode, like, does anybody feel some type of way? Somebody spoke up and said, like, when I seen you pretty much giving them more than what they deserved, he was like, right then and there, I knew that was going to cause a problem. But he said he didn't want to say nothing personally because he had his outside ventures, had everything going, but he also didn't want to sound like a hater, like he wanted more because he seen them two getting more. But you know what I mean? So people kind of already seen it coming because they were, one, already making more than they deserved, and two, that comes with a false sense of entitlement. When you see your friend blessing you, sometimes when you give somebody an inch, they want a mile, and it don't always work like that.
And you're already giving them a mile, and they don't even know it.
Right.
And that's what I feel for him, because, man, like, for you to go an extra mile for your boy, and unbeknownst to him, and then him call you out like, oh, I'm underpaid. I'm like, hey, yo, like, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I've been giving you X amount of money for this X amount of years already. Like, you owe me a little bit of money in a sense.
Right. And he had to fire Rory over the fact that he found out that he did some stuff off the podcast, which showed that his attention was like becoming more volatile and not towards the podcast, where he kind of threatened DJ Academics. Like, it could have been taken as a threat because he went to his actual house, and he was like, once he seen that was one of the main reasons why he like let him go, because it's like, if anything happens, as far as like, say if DJ Academics gets hurt now and it's somewhat linked back to Rory, guess who he's linked to? Joe Budden. And guess whose podcast it is? Joe Budden. So guess who also loses his deal but gets in all the legal trouble? Joe Budden. So he has to protect his own neck at the end of the day too. It's his business.
It's just with the media, if it bleeds, it leads. And that's what they go off. Like, it's a little clickbait. Okay.
Wow. It's that one movie, Drive or something. It's a photographer. It was like a movie.
No, Baby it just makes sense. So, like, why
is it Baby Driver?
The world doesn't want the truth because lies are more entertaining.
I agree.
So people don't care about
we live in a society where we go for entertainment more than anything else now.
Drama leads everything. Ever since The Flavor of Love,
reality
and that drama
TV
alone took over reality TV, it was over.
It's all reality TV's fault, because now everybody wants to know, what's the Kardashians living like? What's these celebrities living like?
Nightcrawler. That's a great movie.
So it's like, it's with Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah.
Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads.
That's fact.
Because, I mean, let's be real. Americans love drama. Watching people get drunk and messed up and possibly about to hurt themselves or starting drama, fighting, and what else? Just like big rich car people. Crashes and entertainment. And we do love watch rich people.
I don't know why.
Big houses, watching people stunt, because we imagine that being us.
Yeah.
I can attest to the fighting and what was the other thing you said?
And drugs, because drugs be in everything.
Right. I can attest to that. Me, I don't care to like see rich people like that. I follow very few celebrities. Like, if I'm following a celebrity, It's somebody that I've been liking way before.
Because they inspire you?
You're right. It's like I've like LeBron or like KD, or like I don't follow like anybody really. Like I follow Wiz. Like might be like the only rapper I follow, and Travis Scott. Mm-hmm. But from like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get caught up in somebody's life that I can't afford.
I know what you mean.
I like
definitely at this age.
I follow some celebrities. Like I follow like athletes and shit. But like the celebrities that I like to follow are like news anchors and like analysts and shit like that. Because I like
the main celebrities.
I
like local
celebrities. Or maybe a tier below the superstar.
Not A-list, but like B-list.
Right. Just because I like hearing their takes on sports or the world or shit like that. To where you're not that big name, but you're also not no bum either. You know your shit.
Oh, they're part of that big system. I mean, all it takes is one valuable clickbait to go to A to B. I mean, B to A. So
lately, I've been into people like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Kanye. Obviously, I'm into people who's really trying to move the world forward, and they just always take big risks, and they're always innovating things. Those are the people I like to look up to and read into.
High risk, high reward. I mean,
boom or bust, baby.
Right. Yep.
That's normally how it goes.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to IOU Podcast, where you can reach us on Spotify, Apple, Podbean, YouTube, and our Gmail is IOUPodcast440. And this has been a great episode with my boys. And stay tuned for next week, and God bless.